Oh, right then. Welcome. I've got, it's not ideal, it's dark, and it's raining. But there is a bit of a lull in the wind, so could work out for us. But there's still a good breeze there, which should tie in nicely with what I've got planned today. I've got standard jumbo that I've been firing. The 2.2 jumbos, 15.89 grain, and I've got some RS as well, jumbo RS, 13.43 grain, I think they are. I'm just wondering what's going to be better in the wind. More weight or higher velocity? We shall see. So I'm just trying to get a decent sight picture here. We are a little say it's dark, so I'll do what we can. And I'm not using the scope cam either, so it's standards first. I'll have to cut you. I'll go down and change the card and we'll compare them after. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. Illuminated reticle on the vector optic scope I've got on's coming in nice. It's going to help out today. I'm not going to be able to see the groups too well, so we'll see. Right, here we go. Just right. I've counted 20 pellets out of each. Pretty sure I have anyway. So, might be quite a long video, this one. And the trees are waving around, they're not whipping around like they were yesterday and the day before. So it hasn't got that much of an excuse today, this rifle. Other than the rain. So again, obviously pellets are a different weight. I expect the second lot to shoot a little high. We're not going to zero, so we're not looking at where it's hitting in relation to the ball, we're just looking at groups. As like I keep mentioning, I need to get bench rested outside really, but it's just getting, not even a nice day, like an alright day would do me, but even that's too much to ask for at the minute. They're looking alright. It says there's just enough wind, breeze I should say, that it maybe will affect the pellets a little bit, which might make this test alright. I've heard some things about these RS pellets, not the ones that I'm firing now, but the next ones. The skirts. In their efforts to save weight, obviously they've thinned everything down. I think the bed are a millimetre shorter than the standard jumbos, and the skirts are quite delicate, so I haven't unpicked any out of the tin. It's too dark. We'll see how they do. I'll refill the rifle in between. Struggling to see them groups, but or the group, it should be in this weather. But from what I can just about make out, it still don't look very great. Might be some more kinks to work out with this rifle as well. I think it's stopped raining actually. I mean, really fine misty rain. I'm hoping it'll still be there to be fair. So you kind of see what the wind. It was a good indicator of the wind when the floodlight outside were on. You could see it all whipping around. Good indicator to what the wind would have been. But that's gone now, so we'll deal with it. I'm not complaining as such, but my back is though hunched in this corner with a big tripod next to me and my big camera. It's my bird and astro lens on big 600mm. It's a bit of a unit. Which is, I mean, it showed how the last two videos how much the wind. I mean, this is the lens is inside, and the camera, and even the wind that was sort of making its way through the window was shaking it around. I mean, it could be the case. It just don't like these GSB pellets, but again, like I've mentioned in a different video, they're not a great batch. The skirts are a bit ropey on these, a bit rough. They're not like deformed or anything. They're just kind of. It's like somebody's cut them off with a butter knife or something. Like the ends of the skirts are a bit raggy. Should be quite a bit higher velocity these second set of pellets as well. The only other thing is the regulator in this rifle, which could well be it's a cheap rifle. This is the 20th shot of the Megzacs anyway, jumbos. Right, there we go. I'll pause you and I'll fill up. Alright, we're back. So, fresh target down there, fresh refill. squeezed a few dry shots off. Oh. Talking about pellet skirts. These don't look great. It's not a good start. Well, let's see. Right. Should go high, I think. Can't quite see. I'm just going to keep an eye out skirts on these as I'm loading them. Well, they're going about the same place, to be fair. They definitely feel a lot more delicate to load. They got like kind of a wax on them as well, these. Which is quite strange for JSB. I feel like a residue on them. Some of these skirts aren't great. The group looks pretty good though. So maybe a little lighter pellet. I know 177 shooters go a little heavier in wind. Obviously 2.2, you're already at 16 grain nearly with these Diablos. Next one's like 18 grain or something like that. It's quite heavy. Think like a 12 foot-pound rifle, you might as well fucking throw an 18 grain pellet down there. Just put your exposure up a little bit because the floodlight's just gone off. Just a smidge. It's dark out there anyway. There's no moon or anything, it's just cloudy, but. Is this a wind test? Not sure. A breeze test, possibly. Huh. Well, so far, it's looking like if you've got 2.2 XM1, go for a lighter pellet. %. I watched a guy earlier, I can't remember his name, I'll link it if I can remember, if I find it. Well, not what I was expecting at all. So, just to start with, the RS actually, the lighter RS pellet, point of impact were lower than the exacts, which I'm not sure what that is. That could be, these could still be climbing, I'm not sure. Maybe point of impact, might swap round at 40 yards, say 45 yards. But talk about an inconclusive test. We've got. I did mention that the breeze were picking up more when I was fighting, on the sort of second half of the RS. I could just feel it on end of my nose, sort of brushing past, and that's me. I'm inside, hanging out of a window, so. And when I went to pick the card up, I could feel it right to left across me. So there were definitely more wind for the RS, and I'd say wind, maybe strong breeze, light wind. They were pretty calm for the exacts, but that's a bigger group. But I don't think it is actually a bigger group. Like I say, I think we're dealing with more wind. Saying that, that's a small group. But 1, 2, 3, 4 flyers on the RS, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flyers on the exact, and then a absolute wherever that is. That's just ridiculous. That's not acceptable. I think either the rifle really don't like the exacts, or my specific batch of exacts are terrible, which I keep mentioning, they do feel cruddy in your hand. The skirts feel unfinished and sharp. But these, like I've got a tin of 2.2 Hades JSPs, and they just look nicer finish. You can see there's no sort of, they almost look like they've got parts missing off the skirts, these exacts. These look really nice, like the Hades as well. So whether that is just a horrendous batch, I'm not sure. And I say a couple of these could be. And some of these RS actually had slightly bent skirts, due to owing to the fact that they're a lot thinner lead to try and shave off that nearly 3 grains, 2.5 grains, whatever it is, which the rifle seems to like. So maybe I move on from JSPs to a different light Diablo style. I might shoot some Hades as well, just to see how they, because so they're more or less the same as an exact, the same weight, but the particular batch I've got seems to be finished a lot nicer. So again, we'll carry on testing and see if we can get. I want 20 groups looking like that, 20 shots looking like that group there. That'd be ideal. We'll need a really calm day for that. I mean, we will need a calm day for that, but if these RS can do that in strong breeze, light wind, we possibly, I don't know if it would go, I don't think there are any gusts, but maybe we could deal it. And they're all left, like this, right. That's, it's you can't compensate for it. Whereas this, when the winds start going left, they're all left, which is what you want to see really from windage deviations. You want to be able to predict what it's going to do, and that's 7 or 8 mil. I mean, them two up there are on centre pretty much, and they're sort of 7 or 8 mil off the group. Maybe 15 mil from centre of the group, which you can work with that. That's not bad. And as I mentioned, with the skirts the way they are on them, if you sat and spent a bit of time maybe with a tool to straighten the skirts out, that could be the one to go for in my particular XM1 2.2 rifle in breeze. So hopefully this helps like 2 people, it will, but if not, it's going to be something to do this evening. Right, thank you. I'll see you again hopefully. Cheers. Ta-ra.